your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
On the satellite radar picture, clouds have been clearing for most of the day, and boy, that is odd for that temperature to really drop after that sunset about an hour ago. We've got a little bit of a wind out there around 10 miles an hour, so that is making our 26-degree temperature that we've got feel even colder than that with the wind chill. If you're heading out and about through this evening, it's going to be a cold one for sure. I mean, we're at 22 by 11 o'clock tonight. We're talking the teens for tomorrow morning, but we've got even colder temperatures than that we've got to share with you, and snow chances for next week in the forecast. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
How do you keep your kids safe at school? How one group of parents is taking things into their own hands.
Decatur teaching assistants are back at work, but still without a contract. How much closer they are to getting one.
Former Illini Myers Leonard is in Phoenix tonight to take on the Phoenix Suns. We'll tell you how he still bleeds orange and blue.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
As a parent, I feel like if that's what it takes to keep people safe, that it's worth discussing.
Some parents in Champaign are asking for more ways to keep their students safe in school. Good evening. I'm Jessica Coons in for Paul.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. These parents are part of the district's crisis team. That team has been around for a while, but only recently have parents been added to it. Now they are asking for different security upgrades. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live in Champaign. So Courtney, what do they want?
Yeah, Jennifer, well, they're suggesting things like see-through backpacks or random searches. And they say this is not only in response to recent incidents, like a large fight that broke out and also a gun being found in a student's bag here at Centennial High School. But they say it's also in response to a large shift throughout the entire country.
Together, hopefully we can improve a lot of things.
As a parent of 2 Champaign school students, Janelle Keene believes it's time security changes are made, but she knows it can't happen overnight.
People know well that there have been concerns at the schools this year. And so, again, just like any other community, there are debates of what do you do? How do you make that work?
Those debates are happening at monthly crisis team meetings. The team includes school staff, firefighters, police department representatives, and parents.
But we actually need to make sure that our kids are safe. And I think it'd be naive to think, again, just in the day and age we live in, that there aren't concerns, that there aren't kids walking around with things that they shouldn't have access to.
Keene says they've tossed around different ideas, like giving staff walkie-talkies, having students carry clear backpacks, and having metal detectors. It's a lot of change, she says, is worth it.
At the end of the day, if we're going to have something like metal detectors, if searching my kids a few times along the way and walking through that line like everybody else, I mean, you do it at a courthouse, you do it at an airport, if that's what it takes to keep everyone safe, I'm okay with that.
The school district confirmed they are talking about those changes, but the only one in the works is getting walkie-talkies. However, they said those are not in response to any specific incidents. While Keene is looking forward to seeing safety upgrades, she knows the school district can't be expected to do it alone.
As difficult as it is because life's busy, we as parents have to step up too. We have to pay attention.
Another change that was discussed Tuesday night was the possibility of taking away students' phones during the school day. But again, none of those changes are set in stone yet. Reporting live in Champaign, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Courtney, let us know if anything comes out of this. Thank you. Urbana schools are also looking at possible safety upgrades. They've been considering a full-time resource officer at both the middle and high schools. Right now, they only have one part-time SRO. The board will make its final decision during their meeting in 2 weeks.
The Sangamon County State's Attorney is looking to address the problems of sexual and physical abuse in schools. Dan Wright was named as a member of the SAFE Task Force. This task force is starting just as the State Board of Education is suspending teaching licenses across Illinois. They've taken away more than 50 from people charged with violent crimes or sex crimes involving children. Wright says this task force means a lot.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve with experts from across the state who share a common objective to keep our school children safe from abuse and exploitation. As a state's attorney and a father of 4, I will always fight to keep our children safe and to hold those responsible for such reprehensible conduct accountable.
Governor Pritzker created this task force in August. It has to publish its findings before September 15th of next year. There are new developments in contract negotiations between teaching assistants and the Decatur School District. A mediation session is tentatively scheduled for 2 weeks from today. The two sides haven't met since the beginning of the TA's 3-day strike last week. TAs are fighting for better health care. They returned to work on Friday without a contract deal.
U of I police are investigating a robbery. It happened early yesterday morning on the South Quad along West Gregory Drive. A student says he was walking when 2 people hit him in the face and took his cell phone. If you have any information, call U of I police or Crime Stoppers. New details now on a shots fired call in Urbana last night. 3 houses were hit by gunfire, and a woman inside one of them was hit, but she wasn't hurt thanks to a slow-moving bullet. It happened near Tremont and Goodwin Avenue. Police say a 40-year-old woman was sitting in the home. They say one of the bullets traveled through several things in the house before it hit her. There was also a hole in the blanket she was using. A combination of all of that is why they believe she wasn't seriously hurt. Police are investigating who fired the gun.
State police want you to be careful if you're on I-74 near Oakwood. Construction crews are still working between the Oakwood and St. Joe exits. State troopers are out there helping construction crews keep an eye on drivers. This project has been going on for several months. They are done with the eastbound lanes. We have a follow-up for you tonight. The man who escaped a deadly car crash at Rail Golf Course in Sherman had his bond reset to $500,000. 20-year-old Gage Patterson is accused of violating an order of protection when the car he was in went into a pond at the golf course. The driver, 16-year-old Kaylee Mahochko, drowned. She had an order of protection against Patterson when this happened. He was accused of beating her over the summer. The $500,000 bond is the same amount he had when he was initially charged back in July. His bond was reduced in September on the condition he check into jail after being in a rehab facility. He did not do that.
We have an update on the story of an abandoned dog. We told you a dog was found starving in a ditch in Douglas County, and we've learned the dog died overnight. A family from Tuscola tried to save the dog. They took him to the vet, who said he was in bad shape, but the family had hoped to adopt him. They tell us Apollo died peacefully, and they did everything they could to save him. PETA is honoring the man who pulled a freezing dog out of Champaign's Kaufman Lake. Brian Fritz will get a Compassionate Action Award. He's credited with jumping and pulling the puppy out of the water this past Saturday. The dog was dumped there in a kennel. PETA has also offered a reward of $5,000 for information leading to an arrest of the person responsible. As we told you yesterday, Poppy is recovering at a foster home.
He left the Illini for the NBA after only 2 years. How Myers Leonard is enjoying his time with the Miami Heat.
And also tonight.
It seems like everybody in this community has, knows something about Miss Jane.
A beloved crossing guard going above and beyond to protect her kids. How she's keeping them safe this winter.
Here's our Out of the Rain sweepstakes code word of the day, next rad. That's what the word is. To go to the WCIA 3 weather app or at WCIA.com, put the word in, and enter to win our umbrella contest. All right, 40 and 31. Oh, those are yucky numbers for this time of the year, but it's going to get even worse. We have to talk about a chilly night. Accumulating snow in the forecast. Now, the wind chills are getting pretty wild. Coming up.